Everybody, welcome back to Star Wars Day by Day, the free-to-play channel where we play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes daily, and a lot of grinding. I've only ever spent $10, and that was a little over a year ago. Today, I don't even know what today is. I've had this super weird schedule where I'm really struggling to upload videos on time, just because, different things going on. I mean, it's hard to explain. You have a night where you just want to do something else. You have things pop up unexpectedly during the day. You have like this where I had to start a new instance of BlueStacks because the other instance just wouldn't let me in for whatever reason. So I had to start that over. That's why we're getting all this nonsense. You might see some loading in whatever screens. But I think today's, I'm just going to say whatever today is, this is going to be the day when I'm going to do my month video, because I feel like we're close to $395, or maybe this is even $395. I don't know, but this is going to be the day when I'll end up doing my, we'll probably do all of these. I'm not going to do them. Well, maybe I will do them tonight, but the 13-month review, or the hyperspeed update, the hyper light update, the other accounts, I don't even know. A lot of stuff. Even though, but there's, aside from that, there is something I kind of want to talk to you about, and I've shot 2 videos on that, and I was like, what? Neither of them turned out right. And so I just decided to address the matter here. I don't know how many, new instance. This is how you know it's a new instance, because I have to load into all this crap. But Star Wars Hunters came out the other day, or last week, when you're seeing this. And Arnold was streaming it during the day, and I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, and then he did his honest review of it. And the problem I have with that is, I felt like he wanted it to be something it never was. He wanted to have mainline characters that everybody knew. But can we just be honest? Did you know who Luke Skywalker was before you saw A New Hope? Did you know who Darth Vader was? Did you know who Hunter and Wrecker and Tech and Omega were before you watched The Bad Batch? Did you know who Ahsoka Tano was before you watched The Clone Wars? I mean, and I know a lot of them have, Luke and Vader built the thread, and then from there the thread goes, and his big complaint was, you don't know any of these characters. These characters are not familiar. They're just basically random bounty hunter, basically random Wookiee. And that's true. But so was Chewbacca at one time, so was Tarful at one time, so was everybody at one time. And for him, and would I like it because of the time frame that it's built in, which is supposedly between Jedi and The Force Awakens? Would I love it? Would I think that this would be the perfect place to put in somebody like Mara Jade? I mean, you talk about playability. You talk about people wanting to play Mara Jade. Now, I know, they don't want Mara Jade to be canon, and I'm guessing that every game comes out, whatever character appears in whatever game now is canon. So I'm guessing all these new characters and hunters that just came out, they're canon. I don't know that. In my estimation, it can't be possibly worse than the Acolyte. which, I mean, we'll talk about that some other time. I didn't do because like I said, having a lot of stuff going on today. Today we had I had to take my foster son to a visit, had to pick him up. Then my daughter's mom was supposed to come over, and she didn't end up coming. Then I had to have my mother-in-law come over to watch the baby, so I could take my son and the girl and myself to the dentist. Then from there, my wife took the kids to the amusement park, and I came home, and all of that happened during the time when I was supposed to do my GAC stuff, which is super fun. It's like that's the most fun you can have is not when you're intentionally don't remember to do GAC. It's when you don't have time to do a GAC. I mean, because if you just participate, you're going to get some sort of reward, even if you lose. But the only way you know if you're going to lose is you have to play, and so that's a little bit of my frustration. We're still 50. Oh my gosh, guys! I can't. If you're starting a new account with this new player experience, I cannot implore you enough. Do yourself a favor. Do not get stuck behind Tarful. Do not get stuck behind, and do not get stuck behind it. Do yourself a favor. If not for me, for yourself. Seriously. Cannot recommend it enough. But yeah, so his complaint was nobody knew who some of these characters were, and it's like, what do you want from me? That's on them. And then he's like comparing it to Marvel Rivals. It's like, congratulations. Maybe Marvel Rivals could get the licenses for all of these characters, and maybe Star Wars Hunters couldn't. But then again, it's like, what's the big idea about having fresh characters that you have no idea who they are and hoping that they build upon that backstory at some point? I'm lost when it comes to that. I'm like blown away when people cannot, even with any of that. I'm just like, do you hear what you're saying? And then another one of his complaint was he's complaining about the fact that it wasn't on every platform. Why does everything have to be on every platform? I'm asking. Do you own every platform? It's like I'm like me. Maybe I've not said it. Maybe I've not even alluded to it. But I'm trying to figure out a way that I can get either an Xbox or PS5 for not a lot of money, so I can play football when it comes out in July. I understand if you're not into college football at all. I am. I bought. This is a game that I bought on the regular PlayStation and the PS2 every single year that it existed, and I played. I poured hours and days and months and years into that game, and I really enjoy it. I've always really enjoyed it, and so for me now to know that it's coming back, and for me to try to have it on a platform, because they're not putting it out for PC, and they're not putting it out for Switch, and obviously, and so because I don't have an Xbox or a PS5, I can't play it. Plus, there's a better. Plus, it's $70 on top of that. Even if I had the system to buy it, it would still be $70. Star Wars Hunters is on Android, iOS, so I'm assuming that all of you have either an Android phone or an Apple phone. So you all have access to this game, and I'm sure at least are like me and you have a Nintendo Switch, this is where I've been playing Hunters on. This is the platform that it's the best on. But essentially, what is the Switch? The Switch is essentially, it's a tablet. This is my phone. This is my Switch. More or less the same size. More or less the same size. Now, the Switch does have, Joy-Cons on it, or if you plug it into your dock, you have a controller. But it's the same thing. And, as far, I don't know, but I don't exactly know. Is Overwatch available for the Switch? Because I know it's available for the PC. I'm assuming it's available for the Xbox and the PS5. So, I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Additionally, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this game called Multiverses. It's a platform brawler, just like Super Mario Melee or Super Mario Ultimate or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Where you can play Mario, Luigi, Sonic, Link, Star Fox, Falco, all these other characters. It's a platform. This is a Nintendo's brand. With the WB, Warner Brothers, they just came out with their own version of this game called Multiverses. So you can play as Bugs, you can play as Shaggy, you can play as Tom and Jerry, you can play as Bugs Bunny, you can play as Jason Voorhees, you can play as Steven Universe, you can play as Finn, you can play as, I'm trying to remember the name of some, because I really haven't played it that much, but I have played it. The Iron Giant, the Joker, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. You can play as all of these type characters, all of these DC properties. It's available on PC, PS5, PlayStation, and Xbox. You know what it's not available on? Nintendo Switch. So, I know Arnold wants everybody to be able to play everywhere, but it's just, sometimes you have to do without unless you buy every system, which Arnold, hey, buddy, if you happen to be listening and you happen to want to buy me an Xbox so I can play college football, come talk to me. But, I'm assuming because you play this mobile game called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes that you have a phone, right? So guess what you can play on your phone? Anybody? Come on. I know you can do it. What's that? Yeah. You can play Star Wars Hunters. And if you want to, you can even get the Switch or the Switch Lite and play it on there. To me his 6 out of 10 rating was just way dishonest, because I watched a review of a guy who reviews Switch stuff, and he's not invested in Star Wars anyway that I can tell, and he gave it just upon performance and sound and gameplay and whatever. He gave it a 77%, which I don't know if you noticed, but a 6 out of 10 is a 60%, which is what Arnold gave him in the Star Wars guy, right? And this guy gave it a 77, just based out of, he has five categories, 1 to 20, and the point system came out to 77, which is 17 points ahead of where Arnold had it. I mean, and the guy's big gripe was he didn't like the fact that this was all over the place in this game. When you log in, you get hit with, hey, buy this game, hey, buy this person, or hey, buy this person, which I totally get. But it's like, it's easy enough to navigate around. You can buy right into the arena pass and pick up the Mandalorian Bounty Hunter as soon as you want to. But essentially, but it's like, for me, it was like, Arnold, do you want this game to succeed or do you not want it to succeed? Because if you don't want to succeed, why are you even talking about it at all? And I'm like, this is a game that you've admitted you suspect could have been in development since 2018. And it's like, can we have a little something? Can we have just a little bit of goodness? I mean, this is what I mean. When I've been a little critical of Arnold in the past for, when DC Legends shut down, he was critical of that. He was like trying to scare everybody. And when he was when Lord of the Rings shut down, I thought he was going to, I thought, overly critical. I'm surprised he didn't do it for DSA, but then again, I don't know that he's aware of it, but it's a thing that happened. But, I mean, it's like, this is a game. Just let people make their own decisions. If people have, if people can get it to play on the emulator, which I still have to work on. I still have to work on some fine tuning myself. I've tried to play it on the emulator. I'm going to have to work on the controls better because it's like you have to use the keyboard and mouse, and it's a little wonky for me. And I do vastly prefer to play it on the Switch because it's just easier to do for me, because it's essentially having a tablet with, controllers moved in, and it's even better if you play it with a dock on the screen and you have your controller and you're doing it that way. That's, that's how you want to do it. But it's just, what are we doing? Why do we have to do this? I don't understand. Just let people play the game and let them make their decisions for themselves. I don't understand, because, what happens is these people make these videos and they're like overly critical of everything. And at the end of the video, what do they always say? But at the end of the day, it's just about having fun, so do what you want. And I'm like, hello? If at the end of the video you said just do what you want, why'd you make the video? And I realize the answer for that is clicks. Watch my video so you can be like me, so I can have some more money. Guys, let me just tell you, if you're still here at 20 minutes, I appreciate it. Leave me a hey, I feel ya, or something. Hey, yo. But guys, I just made it to 500 subs. Thank you for that. I'm going to say this at the beginning of the video tomorrow, because I know a lot of you probably clicked off because you didn't want to hear me hit Arnold for being critical of a game that, okay, But at the end of the day, it's fine. It's fine. But anyway, I probably talked too much. I should probably talk less. I'm just going to grab, Tuhani and Omega and get some other stuff, and then I'm going to be done. If you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Watch the other 2 videos if you feel so inclined. Leave me a comment. Let me say, how are you feeling? If you're feeling, if you feel like I'm a moron, that's probably a little viable. I'm not perfect. I never claim to be. I just try to have a little self-awareness every now and then. I know that's something that's really lacking in current society, but I think that's something that we should strive for. And basically, my recommendation for you about Star Wars Hunter is play the game for yourself. Don't let Arnold T101 make the decision for you. It's a game. I've told you that sometimes I will I played it. I played it because I was like, it was something I was excited about. But I've told you in the past that I will not watch stuff because I'm leery about it. And if I'm leery about it, then I will opt out. Then I will watch the review and make my decision based upon that. But when it comes to shows, I like to know what's going on before I watch it, and that's just me. But as far as video games, I don't really have that. I have a genuine sense of what I know I want to play, and I do that. And with Hunters, it's free. There's no cost. There's no cost. Just me. Anyway, God bless. Hold the line. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.